In this episode of Sailing Dark Angel, the weather chases us out of beautiful Conception Island. We sail up to Cat Island, where we take advantage of over a week of bad weather by fixing our shower drain pump. If you like our videos, please smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. It's free for you and really helps our channel. So what are we doing today, Captain Dave?
We are sailing from Conception to Cat Island in some very tall rollers.
Yes, Conception is back there. We left about, how long ago?
We left
7:30.
7:30, so about 40 minutes.
Been out for 40 minutes and we're about that far away from Conception. And yes, we have some very, very big waves coming at us. Dave's saying they're about 8 feet, but they're spaced far apart, so they're not too big of a concern.
They're about 10 to 15 seconds. It'd be nice when we get enough sun to keep all the instruments on.
Yeah.
We're not running a motor or a generator. We have no power unless there's solar. There's not enough solar to run the instruments and the auto helmet, so I've got my phone for a backup because the chart plotter keeps cutting out.
Woo! And yes, we are sailing again. No motors.
Not bad for someone who never gets off the dock.
Hey, what do I know? I'm just a top shelf idiot. So we've got 10 knots of wind, and we're doing what? 4.5, 5 knots.
5, yeah, 4.5, 5.
It's not bad.
Occasionally we surf to 6 as the wind picks up. The wind's going from around 9, gusting 15. See the waves on the horizon.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you shouldn't be able to.
We have enough sun to maybe work the auto helm. Boats out here.
Not exactly a heavily traveled route. Hey, it's calmed down a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, calmed down a lot. We were facing down, what, 8-foot waves, 10-foot waves out there?
Yeah, they were far apart, but it was still exciting.
We are almost to Cat Island.
But we ran out of wind.
We ran out of wind. So now we had to pop up an engine and...
So we're running in on one motor.
Yeah.
The waves are, like, it's very calm now.
A couple of times we're at 5,000 feet of depth, and this read about 120 feet. So I was wondering what that would have been.
Wonder what's been swimming under us.
Yeah.
Submarines, whales, who knows?
A little odd.
A little odd.
I would have loved to have known what was under there, though.
That would have been cool. So the sails are still up, but they are not doing any work.
No.
We have not enough wind to push us. Cat Island is easily visible right here, but we've got to go down into the bight, so we've still got probably 15 miles to go. So
Yeah.
I'm working on this week's video. Everything's uploading, and very, 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 very slowly. So I'm gonna go back to work while Lisa manages us into corner.
Into the bite.
Into the bite. We're gonna take a bite of the bite.
Take a bite of the bite.
If we get in early enough, maybe we'll hit Duke's for a beer.
Hello! How you doing, buddy? Hi! Hello! You're beautiful. Look at you. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. Hi, honey. Hi. You're right there, aren't you? You're right here. You are. Look at you. Oh my God. Look at you. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. I see you looking at me. I see you looking at me. Yes, I see you, baby. Hi. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. You're beautiful. So I was just out front here at Cat Island and I was visiting with a dolphin. He came right up to the boat and was just bouncing up and down and turning sideways and looking up at me. I'm already in love with Cat Island now because of dolphins.
So why would we leave a gorgeous place like Conception Island to come here and sit in a west wind in front of Cat Island? Now Cat Island's pretty, but it's inhabited, it's not private, and at the moment it's horrifically uncomfortable here. The winds are coming in directly from the west, which means water's building up from way out there. Now we're talking about 40 miles to Stocking Island from here, all open ocean. The difference is the waves that we're getting hit with are only building up as high as they are because about 10 miles out, water gets shallow, about 10, 12 feet. And it stays shallow all the way in. So even though we're bobbing like a cork, and you can see how it's smashing into shore, so it's really not cool right now to bring a dinghy in. You'd have to beach it way up on shore or anchor it out and run the risk of it getting washed out. The difference is when you're at Cat Island, the waves were building in about a 10-knot wind to about 8 feet, giant swells. So you've got that same 40 miles of open ocean going from Stocking Island out to Cat Island, but it's very, very deep, thousands of feet deep, right until it gets Cat Island. So you can get enormous waves that are gonna come up and wash onto that beach, and those waves will lift you up easily 20 feet. And that's stretching your anchor chain up and washing you straight up onto the beach. You just don't wanna be there. So this is supposed to turn by tomorrow. It's a very uncomfortable ride today, but look at the bright side, we're saving on food. All right, last night we got bashed and bashed and bashed and the waves just wouldn't stop. I was on the phone with my mother and she asked what the really loud banging noises were. It was just water hitting our boat. But today we wake up to this, and it is glass here at Cat Island at New Bight. And all the boats in the anchorage are pointing in different directions. Wind's picked up a little bit now and we're kind of all starting to straighten out. That's what the water's supposed to look like. I can hear the roosters waking up and there is carnage on our deck. Man, we got one of those great big moths here last night and I think it went on a feeding frenzy. I didn't hear the screams in my sleep, but man, there's a lot of dead flies out here. We're gonna have to flash up my battery powered pressure washer and clean all this off, which means I'm gonna have to make some water today. It's actually nice enough we can get to shore. The downside is it's Sunday and I don't know if there's any stores open. We need some milk and bread and stuff like that, maybe some cream. Get a little bit more coffee, because if we run out you're gonna find me floating face down somewhere. Lisa needs her coffee in the morning. Chain's wandering off into the distance. So it's a beautiful day at Cat Island. We're already missing Conception, but you can't stay there. So we're gonna carry on with our day and see if we can get some stuff done. I think I need to change the shower pump sump. Maybe that'll be on the list for today. Life and death drama going on over here. Where'd it go?
Right there.
Oh, there it is. This just came around the corner and scared all these little fishies so bad they jumped out of the water. Now it's kind of stalking to see who it's gonna go get.
Look at this. Look at them. They're all freaking. Don't move, David. Because I'm pretty sure I can see you. With big eyeballs. Look at you just sitting there.
Yeah, can't be that hungry. Or it's waiting for me to leave. Lisa, tell us all about the glamours of yacht life. Are you churning butter?
No.
Are you mixing cake batter?
No.
What sort of glamorous thing are you doing?
Laundry.
Laundry. So that's just like a glorified bucket.
Pink egg. Sucks. But it's gotta be done.
No, that's better than stomping on it in the bucket.
Close to it.
Oh, I gotta go back to editing. All right, we're going to work on replacing this shower sump pump. This is the pump that pumps the water out of the bottom of the shower when you're having a shower and takes it overboard. So the water comes from the shower sump box through here, if you can see that, and then pumps it through this, which takes it overboard. I can show you that in a minute, but here's what it sounds like now. We're gonna go with that's not good. So we have to disconnect the water, disconnect the power, and then physically unscrew it from the backing and wrestle it out of there. First we'll disconnect the power. Do it here. Okay, there's no more power on that pump. So there's our power and ground coming off the boat. And there's our power and ground coming off the pump. I intend to rebuild this pump later, so we're gonna try and reuse those. Oh, that one will. There's gonna be some water in this line, but it'll go down into the bilge and be pumped out from there. What I had intended to do was take these collars off, just unscrew them from here. Oh, I think I know why they did that. I get it now. Okay, I get it. So I'm gonna have to take this fitting right out of the hose so I can, unless I can use this same fitting on the new pump. If it's the same size, I'm golden. It appears to be the same size. That means I don't have to change out those fittings. I do need to put fresh Teflon tape on them. So basically I'm just going to put fresh Teflon tape on that and screw it back onto the pump. Alright, now there's just 4 screws left holding it. Pop those out. Go wrestle it out of the back, wrestle the new one in, put it back together. Nothing to it. 3-4 days I should have this all wrapped up. So what are the odds of getting all these screws out and back in again without dropping any into the bilge? Anybody laying odds? And that one screwed into nothing. There's hair built up, wrapped right around the pump. We'll open it up, clean it out, see if we can't fix this pump too, and have it as a backup for when the one I'm putting in now fails again. So the good news is the bolt pattern lines up with the old pump, and I've got fresh Teflon tape. Now one of these, I think this one was a little bit cross-threaded, so it's going to be interesting to put back together. Then I can fish the rest in. All right, we got another small delay because I had to change out the hardware. The stuff that was used before was literally too short and wouldn't go into the wall. It was just barely coming through. So well, I thought this one might be a challenge because it had been cross-threaded, but it seems to be doing fine. All right, last step. Hook up the power. See if it pumps the pump, drains the drain. All right, let's give it a quick test, see if it pumps out. Well, that's a wrap. Let's move on to the next one. Well, the pump that I replaced for the shower sump doesn't work. It's refurbed, bench tested, cleaned, and works perfectly apparently, but it worked for about 5 minutes and now we've got a shower full of water. So I'm taking the other pump apart and I've pulled a bunch of hair out of the pump and it's kind of scudgy with, you know, shampoo, soap, what have you. So I'm going to clean all that up and then I'm probably going to have to take a look at the electric motor itself and I'll clean all that up and swap it back if I can get this one working, because at the moment the only shower we have is on the back step and that's not great in public places.
Magnet has come loose from the sidewalls of this motor, which means it's grabbed right onto the armature, and the armature can't turn. It's all magnets all busted up. There's no way that's going to turn, but the magnet's broken. This motor's done. So the pump is okay. It's the motor itself that's pooched. The magnet's all busted up inside, which means it's grabbed onto the armature, which means it can't turn. And it's no longer an electric motor. Now it's just a big magnet with a bunch of wires in it. The pump is perfectly fine. So what we thought we would do is just look up the cost of a replacement motor. And here's what we found out. I can get a replacement motor through Pentair, the company that makes this Shurflo pump, for about 233 bucks after a massive $76 and some odd cent discount, which pretty good deal, right? Except that you can buy this whole pump assembly, everything as you see here, from West Marine for like, I think it's around 180 bucks. So looks like we'll be buying a pump, even though we don't need the whole pump, we just need a motor. Well, with our original pump destroyed, we went ahead and took the backup pump back off again. I took it apart and cleaned it and put it back on, and now it's working great. So we have shower drain. We just don't have a backup anymore. Perfect. That's a wrap. Let's move on to the next. We've done a lot of work here since we were here last. These little cabanas are all new. That place is finished. And we got all kinds of little mooring balls out and stuff. Pretty nice. And the weather's good. We can actually get ashore today. The downside is it's Sunday and everything's closed.
Everything's closed.
But you know what? Floor's not moving.
Floor's not moving.
And there's Dark Angel right over there. We are rapidly running out of cameras. The RX100 won't turn on for some reason now, and this camera is our GoPro 7. It keeps shutting off. Our plan was originally to stay in Cat Island and sail north and then go up and see Eleuthera. We've been stuck in this anchorage for, I don't know, a week and a half, and it's not getting any better, and we're really not enjoying ourselves. So we're gonna head back across to the Exumas today. The winds are gusting 19 knots right now, but it's supposed to die through the afternoon, and it's about a 53-mile sail to where we're going. We're gonna sail the Galileo Cut. So we're gonna head out in a few minutes. We're gonna hoist the main, sail off the anchor, and head out this very shallow 10 miles out to the ocean, and then 40 miles across with 5-foot waves at 6 seconds, and let's hope that's accurate and that's not worse than that. And hopefully we'll be back in the Exumas this evening.